Hi, my name is Brianna Atkins, and I'll be playing Elodie.
Hello, my name is London Jones, and I'm playing Sebastian.
Hi, my name is Aisha Servia, and I'm playing Nadia.
Hi, my name is Peter Lindell, and I am playing Price.
Hi, my name is Minhwa Cho. I'm playing Olive, Lorelai, and Yearbook Girl 1.
Hi, I'm Will Bowers, and I'm playing William.
Hi, my name is Lanya Perrine, and I'm playing Ella.
Hi, my name is Eddie Blackwell, playing Dean and Cashier.
Hi, my name is Anthony Pyatt, and I'm reading for King Balkan and Yearbook Guy 1.
Hi, I'm Molly Cash, and I'm playing Woman and Sebastian's mom.
Hi, my name is Tessia Gill, and I am the narrator.
Flash by Zoë Hodge.
Interior throne room, night. The fantasy kingdom. Balkan, the burgeoning Fae King, sits on a throne twirling his crown. In the center of the room, Lorelai, a nymph with a scar across her face, stands firm, glaring at him.
Do it. Now.
She scoffs, unmoving. Suddenly, he stands, crossing towards her. He gets in her face, but she holds her ground.
Lorelai.
King Balkan.
Dipping his head, he turns his lips to her ear.
Bow to me.
A shiver runs through her, and she turns her head slightly. He leans in, and she follows his movement. Their lips graze, and...
Hey, bitch!
Interior, hallway, high school, day, reality. Elodie Patrick, 17, dark-skinned, slams her fantasy book shut as Nadia, Desi, fashionable, appears with a grin.
Try again.
I'm so sorry, Elle. I was on my way, but then I remembered I forgot Olive's anniversary gift.
1 week anniversary gift.
Time's non-existent when you're in love.
And so are your brain cells.
Setting her locker, Elodie walks towards class. Nadia follows with a groan.
If Lorelai can forgive Balkan for tricking her into marrying him, then surely you can forgive me.
Balkan didn't have to ride a nasty, smelly, STD-riddled bus.
Well, you'd have to engage in sexual acts in order to get an STD. Unless you want to engage in sexual acts.
Okay, never mind. You're forgiven.
Is today the day we finally move on from Price and onto bigger and better things like...
Suddenly, the door opens, revealing Sebastian Parsons, 18, black, boyishly handsome, and wearing a brace on his wrist. He struts through the crowd, emanating leading man vibes. Girls swoon, guys high-five him. He even kisses a home ec baby somewhere in the middle of this. And then, Elodie snaps out of her fantasy. Sebastian casually says hi to a few people before stopping in front of Price, his best friend, and the object of Elodie's desire. They start roughhousing until Sebastian raises his wrist in resignation. Elodie shakes her head before walking into math. Interior math class, high school, day.
Let's focus on Comic-Con instead.
Ugh, it's in 3 months and we don't even have tickets yet.
Which will be solved this weekend, right?
Of course, Elle. Unless you found someone to hook up with.
Suddenly, an arm drapes across Elodie's shoulders.
I'll hook up with you, honeybee.
I'd rather kill myself. And stop calling me that.
Your mouth is saying one thing, but your eyes are saying another.
Sebastian sits next to her.
Why'd you take the bus this morning? I would have given you a ride.
Why'd I take the bus, Nadia?
Sorry. Olive just sent me the funniest meme. What were you saying?
That's why.
She unpacks her bag and pulls out the fantasy book. Sebastian grabs it and starts reading it aloud.
His talons grew, pressing moons into her waist. She knew he could smell the deep desire growing deep within her.
Elodie snatches the book away, glaring at him.
Why are you reading porn at 8:30 in the morning?
It's not porn. It's high fantasy with sexual tension. Something you wouldn't find in those B-quality videos you watch on your computer.
You must be watching the wrong kind of porn.
Don't you have somewhere to be?
The bell rings. Sebastian bends down to Elodie's ear.
Enjoy your high fantasy porn, honeybee.
She throws a pen at him and he chuckles, walking away. After a stressful process, Elodie and Nadia finally secure Comic-Con tickets. It's all great until it isn't. Interior Library, High School, day. Nadia slams her books down.
Don't kill me, Al.
No. Don't do this to me.
It's not me. My parents are making me go to some stupid wedding.
Cousin Drew's? It's his third marriage. Can't you just go to the next one?
That's what I said.
We've been planning this for ages. There's no way my parents are going to let me go without you.
I'm really sorry, Al.
Suddenly, Nadia's phone dings and her mood instantly brightens.
As much as I want to wallow with you, I have to go.
You're kidding.
I'm grieving too, just differently.
Yeah, with your tongue down your girlfriend's throat under STD-riddled bleachers.
You wish you could get an STD.
She blows Elodie a kiss before running off laughing.
I'd totally get an STD if I wanted to.
Appearing, Sebastian slides into the seat next to her.
First, the porn? Now this? Are you leading some secret double life? Can I join?
Abruptly standing, Elodie shoves her stuff into a bag.
Wait, I'm sorry. It was a joke.
She thinks on it before finally sitting down. As he goes back to her video, he pulls out a camera from his bag. He fiddles with it for a bit before facing Elodie and flash.
Shit.
I'm gonna kill you.
Sorry.
You better delete that.
It was an accident.
He taps a few buttons looking for the delete button.
I know how you and your skeevy friends are.
My friends aren't skeevy.
You're right. Price is a gentleman. You, on the other hand?
Don't flatter yourself. You're not my type.
She reaches for her book.
Okay, look. It's gone.
He shows her proof and she turns back to the computer, still frowning.
What's your problem?
I don't like random people taking pictures of me without my permission.
I'm not a random person. We've known each other since forever.
Just because we're neighbors doesn't mean you know me.
We took baths together and had sleepovers until 9th grade. We're more than just neighbors.
That wasn't what you were saying the other day in the hallway.
What are you talking about?
Like you don't know.
I really don't.
He turns her chair to look at him.
Come on, honeybee. What did I do for you to hate me?
I told you to stop calling me that.
She stands and stalks off. Elodie unsuccessfully tries to convince her parents to let her go to Comic-Con alone. The next day, at a neighborhood barbecue, Sebastian heroically saves Elodie from a major threat, a water balloon. And after...
I'll go with you.
And that gets Elodie to stop.
I'll go with you to your weird Comic-Con thing. I'll even dress up.
Hesitantly, she slides the door open, but only a crack.
Why would you do that?
The goodness of my heart. I need you to be my muse. Not in a sexual way. Well, not entirely.
He's just making this worse.
Just spit it out, Sebastian.
I'm a photographer. Well, I want to be. Mrs. Simmons selected me for this thing that gives students a scholarship and a mentor if they put on a really good exhibit at the end of the year. That's why I've been carrying this camera around lately. But I can't think of a theme or a subject.
What does that have to do with me?
You're stuck with your Comic-Con thing, and I'm stuck with my photography thing. So why don't we help each other get unstuck?
He's almost got her.
I'll go to Comic-Con with you.
And I'll be your muse.
And so they begin. Two former friends turned business partners. What could go wrong except everything? But nevertheless, after a rough start, Elodie grabs Sebastian's camera. There's a frown on her face as she swipes through the pictures.
Sorry, what are you doing?
The pictures look bad, to say the least. Some are out of focus while others are overexposed. He snatches it back.
Is this a joke?
What? No.
Because it's not funny, Sebastian. I trusted you.
Elodie, it's not a joke.
Then why are these so bad?
And now it's Sebastian's turn to recoil. Hurt fills his face.
I thought you were good at this.
Sebastian's heard this before.
I am good at this. I am good at this. Whether you see it or not, I am good at this.
The deal's off. I'd rather miss Comic-Con than let you make me feel bad about myself. Again.
She turns to go, but...
You're always blaming everyone else. Have you ever considered that maybe the problem is you?
Fuck you, Sebastian.
And a few rules.
1, we do this in private. I feel weird about doing this where anyone could catch us.
Not a voyeur. Noted.
2, don't call me honeybee.
You're stifling my creativity.
She rolls her eyes, returning to her list. Sebastian sees her thinking of more rules and rushes to speak.
3, you can't see the pictures until the exhibit.
What? Why?
You saw what happened earlier?
Oh, you mean when you said I was too ugly for the pictures to come out nice?
I didn't mean... The pictures were bad because you were uncomfortable, and it showed. Everything else is just fine.
Okay, deal. I won't see the pictures of my just fine everything else until the exhibit.
I should have never told you that.
She holds out her hand and Sebastian takes it. A truce is born.
Oh, and try not to fall in love.
Don't say that.
Say what? Don't fall.
The characters in the books always do that, and then they, it's a jinx. And your ego is big enough already.
You know what else is big?
Elodie walks off. They finally figure it out. Well, mostly. Interior aisle bookstore, day. Elodie peruses the aisles, deep into the books. Sebastian attempts to sneak a picture. He fails.
Sebastian, rule number 1.
Sebastian fumbles trying to put the camera away.
You said you weren't going to bother me in here.
I'm not. I'm just taking pictures since it's the only time you're not trying to bite my head off. Which I wouldn't mind.
Oh my gosh, rule number 4.
There is no rule number 4.
Well, there is now. None of that.
None of what?
They meet in the opening, standing over an empty book cart.
That thing you do.
Talking?
Flirting.
You think I'm flirting with you? Oh, honeybee, that's cute.
Yeah, okay, it's not that funny.
She abruptly walks off and Sebastian runs to catch up.
Hey, come on. It's a joke.
Haha.
Browsing the shelf, she pulls out The Shadow of the Crown and shoves it into his arms.
Buy that.
Sebastian turns the book over, reading the back.
Oh, so this is your fairy porn.
At that, an older woman in the same aisle turns towards them with a glare.
Sorry, ma'am. Can you try to act like you have some home training?
He rolls his eyes, skimming the pages.
Read this so you can get a grasp on your character. I should make you read the whole thing, but I doubt that you get through the book fast enough.
Okay, rule number 5, no making jokes at each other's expense.
You've broken that one already.
You can't still be mad at the flirting thing. It If you think that's flirting, then you're not going to get anywhere with Price.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Price, you're so funny. I never took you for a giggler.
Huffing, Elodie grabs 2 more books before bumping past Sebastian and heading towards the register. Interior register, bookstore, day, continuous. They wait in line.
Everyone likes him, though. Don't you think that's kind of basic?
1, I don't like him. 2, everyone likes you. Everyone admires him. There's a difference.
I can take the next person.
He's basically Sebastian 2.0.
Her words get him, and his cool smile fades slightly from his face. At the register, Elodie puts her books down, and Sebastian puts his next to hers.
You can put it all together.
I can get my own books.
Don't all you readers have a fantasy that some bookishly gorgeous guy buys you books?
Yeah, and if you see him, tell him where to find me.
She grins, thinking she's got him. He finishes paying and turns to leave. Before he walks away, though, he bends down to her ear.
I'll be sure to pass the message on to Price.
The grin falls off her face. Exterior park, day. Elodie anxiously wrings her hands as Sebastian takes her picture. The wind blows through her hair, and the light hits her just right, but something's off. Stopping, Sebastian gives the pictures a grim look.
Are they bad?
She comes up next to him, straining her neck to see, but then suddenly stops.
Wait, rule number 3. Just tell me, are they bad?
No, not at all. Just tell me about your book.
Why?
Come on, Elodie. You trust me, right?
And despite everything, a part of her does. He sets up a tripod and then nods at her to begin.
The first book is called Shadow of the Crown. It's a trilogy, but it doesn't fall prey to fan service, so every book is really good.
As she speaks, Sebastian starts taking pictures.
Sebastian, this feels weird. I don't know what to say.
Just tell me anything. Tell me everything.
No one's ever really asked her that before, and it just gets her, gives her the strength she needs. And so she goes. At first, she's nervous, but as she continues, she starts to get more comfortable. Her smile is bright and her cheeks flushed with excitement. And Sebastian is always there. She speaks, he listens. The wind whips around them. He can't keep his eyes off of her. The camera flashes. Exterior, Elodie's house. Night. Elodie shuts the car door behind her. Sebastian comes around, stopping in front of her.
I had fun today.
Yeah, you're not too bad.
He hands her the bag of books.
These are yours?
I never did say thank you for these, did I?
You wouldn't be you if you did.
I'll see you tomorrow then?
Do you need a ride in the morning?
Nah, Nadia's got me. Hopefully.
Cool.
She starts to walk away and he watches her, wanting to say something, but nervous. Fuck it.
Elodie. About earlier. That stuff with me flirting with you, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings.
Seems like we're always apologizing to each other.
Sometimes I think everything's like before, but then I remember it's different now.
We just have to relearn each other.
I'd like that.
She goes to leave again, but...
Sorry, I forgot. I'm not supposed to do that anymore.
Do what?
Rule number 4, the flirting.
What flirting? We're just talking, right?
She goes to leave, but this time it's her turn to stop.
It is every reader's fantasy to have a bookishly gorgeous guy buy their books for them. So, thank you.
Over the next few weeks, Elodie and Sebastian become closer in physical proximity, emotionally, and maybe even something more. And everyone's beginning to notice. Nadia waits while Elodie gets her books from her locker. Suddenly,
Hey, El.
No honeybee today?
Trying something new.
he walks away, grinning, and Elodie watches him go with a matching smile. The bell rings and they head for class.
You guys seem close.
We have chemistry together. The class, not the feeling.
Uh-huh. How's Comic-Con planning going?
It's good.
So you found someone to go with?
Yeah.
And that person is...
Family friend, that's all. Nothing's going on, Nadia.
Interior kitchen, Elodie's house, night. Dean Patrick, 40s, dark skin, struggles with the sink tap. His wife, Ella Patrick, 40s, dark skin, watches him with an amused look.
You sure you don't want to call someone?
No. Nope. I got it.
On cue, the tap starts clanking and spitting water out, getting all over Dean's shirt. Finally, he shuts it off. Ella laughs, but instantly fixes her face when he turns around.
You might want to change. You got a little something.
Oh, should I change right now? Yeah.
He starts sexily unbuttoning his shirt like a faux striptease, and Ella reacts. Suddenly, Elodie walks into the house.
Oh, gross. Oh, I don't need to witness your active sex life.
Hello to you too, Elodie.
And weren't you just with Sebastian?
What's that supposed to mean? What does that have to do with anything? Why would you even ask that?
Just a question. Why are you getting so defensive?
You walk Sebastian home?
Yeah, all the way next door.
Interesting.
Mom, make him stop.
Ella swats at Dean and he raises his hands in resignation before going back to tinkering with the sink.
Whatever happened to you two anyways? You used to be inseparable.
We just got busy.
Well, tell him he's always welcomed here. I know Will has been tough on him.
He's probably just worried about college. You know, Will told me.
Okay, enough with the gossiping.
Just an observation.
You're being nosy.
And then Ella, her mind still on before.
He's grown nicely, hasn't he?
Who?
Sebastian. He's very handsome now. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh my gosh, not you too.
Elodie stomps off. Interior library, day. Elodie browses the shelves, looking for a book. Finding it, she reaches for it, but a hand grabs it first. Price. He hands Elodie the book with a grin, and she blushes.
Elodie, right?
Yeah.
Do you know where Sebastian is?
Haven't seen him since lunch.
He nods and she waits for him to walk away. He doesn't.
That a new book? You finally finished Shadow of the Crown.
Wait, you read Shadow of the Crown?
All 3 books?
Somehow, Elodie falls even more in love with him.
Are you a Lorcan or a Lorient? But I think Lorient is way better.
Never mind.
What? Not at all.
Grant is 10 times better than Balkan.
He betrayed his best friend.
His best friend underestimated him.
You're insane.
I'll just have to convince you.
How exactly will you do that?
I'll figure something out.
He takes a step closer and her eyes go wide. Grinning, he reaches out and tucks a loose braid behind her ear.
Price?
Abruptly stepping back, Elodie drops her book. Price picks it up. Sebastian walks over, a suspicious look on his face.
Hey, I was just looking for you.
In Elodie's eyes?
Chill, dude. We were just talking about a book. You wouldn't know.
Shadow of the Crown? Yeah, I'm reading it.
Didn't know you liked that stuff.
I do now.
They seem to be talking about something else or someone else.
I'm gonna go check this out. I'll see you guys later.
Hey, you should come to the baseball game next weekend.
She doesn't like.
I can get you the best seats where all the girlfriends sit.
Maybe. Bye.
She quickly runs off, leaving Sebastian glaring at Price. Interior, Elodie's room, day. Elodie and Sebastian sit on the floor across from each other. She sews expertly, but he can't seem to get it.
So, Price.
I didn't know y'all were close.
We're not. I was there and he was there, and do you think he likes me?
Sebastian accidentally stabs himself with the needle. Grabbing his hand, Elodie inspects the wound. Sebastian can't anymore. He has to know.
Why did you stop talking to me? We were best friends and then you just left me.
You left me first.
No, we went to school together, then we went home separately, and you never spoke to me again.
You're leaving out a very important part, Sebastian. Stop acting like you don't know what you did.
I really don't. Ellie, look at me.
Finally, she looks up, staring into his eyes. After a moment, her face falls. He really doesn't know. She sighs.
It was 9th grade, and I wanted to see if you wanted to walk home after school. You were with the baseball team, and I know I should have come back later, but Elodie, she's pretty for a dark-skinned girl, if you're into that. I don't even remember who said it, but I remember you standing there, doing nothing, saying nothing. And that was when you left me. I cried for days straight, thinking if I was lighter, if I was prettier, if. But it didn't matter because I was always going to be the dark-skinned girl who wasn't pretty enough to be anything more. I was so angry for so long, and then one day I just got tired. This is me. This is how I look, and that has to be enough. If not for everybody, then at least for me.
A heavy silence hangs over the room as she finishes.
I never knew.
I'm over it.
No, please. I was a dumb kid afraid to lose my new friends, but Elodie, you are my best friend. I should have stuck up for you. Ellie, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
He stares at her, honesty pouring from his eyes, and she stares back, not knowing what to do now that she's got the apology she's been waiting for years.
Do you even miss me?
Now it's Sebastian's turn to blush.
Sure.
Sure. I'm literally crying, and all you give me is a sure.
She laughs, joking, but it's clear she wants more. Already feeling uncomfortable at being the only vulnerable one here, Sebastian bites back a groan before.
Remember that lesson we had about how honeybees keep the entire environment from collapsing?
And then we watched Bee Movie for a week straight.
I couldn't stop thinking about you. How if my parents were arguing or if someone was picking on me, you always made me feel normal. Every second we spent together was one less second that I was worrying about what everyone else was thinking. You liked me no matter what. And I realized that, you're my honeybee. I need you to survive. But also, you hated me, and my parents were arguing, and I was young and thought I was a genius.
He sneaks a glance at her, cheeks burning.
Told you it was stupid.
Elodie stays silent, processing his words. Slowly, she grins. The hottest guy in school, and he needs little old me.
This is why I never told you.
I'm honored, Sebastian.
Yeah, okay. Try not to let it go to your head.
Try not to fall in love with me.
And there's the fateful words, but Elodie doesn't seem to realize.
What?
Nothing. You just missed a stitch.
She rolls her eyes before going back to the outfit. Sebastian watches her, a smile on his face, and something like longing in his eyes. Interior boutique day. Elodie poses in front of the mirror in her costume. Nadia grins beside her.
I really wish you were coming. This was supposed to be our thing.
Oh, I have to tell you.
I know, your stupid cousin. He better stay married this time.
Who'd you decide to go with? And don't say you can't tell me. I'll find out eventually.
Okay, I'll tell you, but you can't tell anyone, Nadia. I'm serious.
I won't.
Sebastian. I'm going with Sebastian.
Like, I knew it, Elle. We just have chemistry together, my ass. All those times I saw you guys together, or when he came over for hair day, but I thought, no, Elodie's been in love with Price for ages, so there's no way. But when there's a will, there's a way.
It's not like that. We're just friends.
And what about Price?
Price is Price. He's cool. He asked me to come to the baseball game to sit in the girlfriend section.
Elodie, why am I just now finding out about this?
I've been busy.
Yeah, too busy fucking Sebastian.
Oh my gosh.
Rolling her eyes, Elodie goes back into the dressing room. Nadia wipes a fake tear.
My girl's gonna get her first STD.
Shut up, Nadia.
The big day finally comes, and it's just as amazing as Elodie thought it would be. She looks beautiful. Sebastian's having fun, and thanks to a little stage fright and a lot of help from Sebastian, Elodie finally gets to meet the author of her dreams. Afterwards, exterior, Elodie's house, night. Sebastian walks Elodie to her door, animatedly talking about something. Elodie misses it all, too wrapped up in her new revelation.
Elodie, you listening to me?
What? Oh, yeah, sorry.
I was just saying I had fun today.
Weird fan things are fun, huh? Thanks for coming with me.
Of course. I'm glad I got to meet the author behind that coveted fairy porn.
She doesn't correct him. Back in her head again.
No correction this time? You feel...
Flora Valentine told me what you did for me. How you told her about me.
It's nothing. She's the whole reason we did this, so...
It's not nothing. It was... Thank you, Sebastian, for everything.
Stepping in, she gives him a hug. When she pulls back, she doesn't remove her arms. She stares up at him, eyes open, vulnerable, wanting. Sebastian's hands dip, caressing her waist. His eyes flicker to her lips, and her heartbeat quickens against his chest.
Honeybee?
Hmm?
I'm gonna break rule number 6.
There is no rule number 6.
Leaning in, he kisses her. Something sweet, but something a long time coming. But what goes up must come down, and everything comes to a head at a house party. Interior, Sebastian's house, night. A bustling party. A noticeable lack of parents, but a noticeable amount of alcohol. People make out, someone throws up, and in the middle, Elodie. She wears a slightly disgusted face while Nadia grins next to her.
This is so sick, Elodie.
Someone whoops in Elodie's face.
Sick, disgusting. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Nadia pulls Elodie over to a quieter corner.
Stop frowning, Elle. You promised to try and have fun.
I am trying.
And failing. Come on. What would Price say if he saw you? Or should I say Sebastian? Has he officially moved up the rankings? One of these days, you'll actually get a boyfriend, and then we can double date.
Where is Olive, by the way?
Sick. I was gonna go check on her, but I wanted to make sure you'd be okay.
Aw, you chose me over her? You really do love me.
I'd love you a lot more if you loosened up a bit.
She shakes Elodie and Elodie rolls her eyes.
Fine. Get us something to drink and I'll try to loosen up.
Nadia runs off, grinning. Elodie stands around for a minute before sneaking off to the backyard. Exterior yard, Sebastian's house, night. Elodie steps into the empty yard, basking in the silence. And then she sees him, Sebastian. And he sees her, Elodie. He walks up, both of them grinning uncontrollably.
You're here.
And look, no book.
He chuckles before pulling her close to him. Bending down, he goes to kiss her, but...
Yo, Baz, you gotta come see this.
I'll be right back. Stay here, okay? I have something to show you.
He leaves and she's back standing in the silence. She goes to pull out her phone when suddenly, flash. Elodie shields herself from the blinding light. When it clears, she sees the yearbook crew, all holding cameras.
Hey, Elodie, right?
We're with the yearbook taking pictures for the senior baseball tribute.
Oh, wow. That actually exists.
Can we take yours? We just need some candles at the party.
Elodie goes to protest but stops, thinking back to her time with Sebastian. She's not that girl from before. She's better now. She can do this.
Sure.
They all bring out their cameras, taking photos as Elodie does a bunch of different poses. It's all a very fun, carefree moment, and Elodie finally feels normal. And then the group look at the photos. Their faces fall. Elodie notices.
What?
Nothing. Just 1 second.
Heads bowed, they whisper as they point at the images. Elodie hears.
You can barely even see her.
Someone turns on their phone light, pointing it at Elodie.
Okay, pose again.
Elodie complies, but her heart isn't in it. The girls stop again, shaking their heads.
This needs more light.
Someone hits a switch and the yard floods with blinding light. They start up again, this time without warning. The whispers and the flashes and the blinding light overwhelm Elodie, and... Interior, Sebastian's house, night, continuous. She crashes back through the door, a frenziness about her. The world crowds her as she fights her way towards a familiar face. Elodie throws her arms around Nadia, tears falling from her face. Nadia is immediately to the rescue.
I want to go home.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. I've got you.
Nadia pushes through the crowd, the wonderland now feeling cramped and scary. They're almost to the door when...
Olive?
Olive turns, a guilty look on her face.
I thought you were sick.
Olive doesn't answer, eyes shifting to Elodie.
Is she okay?
Yeah, I'm taking her home. Why didn't you tell me you were coming?
Oh, you're going home? Could you see if my jacket's there from this weekend? I think I left it.
And that gets Elodie's attention because Comic-Con was this weekend and Nadia couldn't go because...
I thought you were out of town.
And now it's Nadia's turn to freeze. Olive sneaks away.
You couldn't go to Comic-Con because your cousin was getting married. That's what you told me.
Oh,
You couldn't go to the thing we've been waiting for since ninth grade because your stupid cousin was getting married for the billionth time. That's what you told me.
And he did get married a month ago. He eloped.
Elodie takes a step back, hurt filling her face.
It's a funny story, actually. You should have seen my mom's face when...
How long have you known?
It was all very sudden.
Nadia.
A week. A week after they eloped.
So you've just been lying to me this whole time.
We thought it was a joke, but...
And you didn't want to tell me? Nadia, we've been wanting to do this since ninth grade. This was supposed to be for us.
I was gonna surprise you the other day, but you just seemed so excited to go with Sebastian, and it was all of a nice anniversary.
And there it is. Elodie loses it.
3.5-month anniversaries don't exist, Nadia. That's not something normal people celebrate. You always get so wrapped up in these relationships, and when they inevitably break your heart, I have to be the one to pick you up.
I never asked for your help.
And you never say no, either. You don't even like these girls. You just like attention.
It's not my fault I'm actually growing up, and you're still stuck in Fantasyland.
What's that supposed to mean?
That book, those characters, they're for kids. You're embarrassing.
Elodie doesn't even know if Nadia means it, but she knows how important that series is, knows what it means to Elodie, knows it's gonna hurt. And Elodie wants to return the favor.
And you're a bitch.
It's not my fault no one likes you.
Sebastian does.
You're hooking up with Sebastian?
Elodie turns, finally seeing the large crowd. Finding Sebastian, Price pulls him to the middle.
That true, Bass?
Sebastian's eyes dart to Elodie before he looks away. A hesitant chuckle rings out, ready to descend on Elodie.
Well, we didn't hook up, but we, kissed.
Kissing isn't hooking up. Kissing is kissing.
The laughter in the crowd is rising, and Elodie's looking at Sebastian, desperate for him to say something, but he's not looking at her. He's too busy watching everyone watch him.
Bass, you dating her or what?
He doesn't say yes, and he doesn't say no, but he hesitates, and that's enough for Elodie.
Talking isn't flirting, huh?
Her eyes fill with tears, and she leaves, pushing through the crowd. Outside...
Honeybee.
You don't get to call me that. Fuck. How could I be so stupid to let you make me feel like this again?
Let's just go inside.
Are you feeling embarrassed, Sebastian? Is it weird knowing everyone's watching you, laughing at you? It's not nice, is it?
You don't understand. I have to do this. Have to be like this.
Sebastian, it's just high school.
Not when there are people actually checking for you.
The wind leaves Elodie. Hurt and anger fill her face.
I didn't mean it like...
And they're checking for you. A has-been who's been faking an injury because he's too much of a pussy to tell his dad he'd rather do photography instead.
Sebastian?
Dad?
I said a few friends, not this.
You were supposed to be out.
And what's Elodie talking about? You faked your injury?
No, Dad, please, just listen.
You let down your teammates, college scouts, me. And for what? To take selfies?
Sebastian's breath quickens as he looks around. People are staring. His dad is yelling. Elodie's walking off. The world is spinning, and Sebastian goes down. And with Elodie, it all boils up to... Elodie kicks her bedroom door shut behind her, her resolve breaking. Tears fall as she catches herself in the mirror. The anger and pain builds until a sob rips through her.
hate you.
The words bounce back, and even she seems startled to have said it.
I hate you.
Her words hang in the air. Over the next few days, Elodie is more alone than she's ever been. No matter how many public speeches Sebastian gives her, it's to no avail. Fooled me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Shame on me. Shame on me. Exterior bleachers, baseball field, night. Elodie sits next to her parents. Dean wears face paint in his old jersey.
Come on, Elodie, put the book down. Enjoy the game.
She looks around. Her eyes catch on Nadia. She's with Olive.
Why are we here again?
To show school spirit.
I hate this school, and I hate these people, and I hate baseball.
Her eyes trail back to Nadia.
You know what's better than staring? Talking to someone.
Exterior, private area, baseball field, night. Elodie rounds the corner looking for a quiet place, but instead finds Nadia crying against the building. She hasn't seen Elodie yet, and it's not like they're on the best of terms, but that's still her best friend.
Nadia?
Startled, Nadia wipes at her face.
I didn't realize anyone was here.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Elodie gives her an unsure look, but Nadia doesn't seem like she wants to speak. So Elodie turns to leave.
Wait, actually,
Elodie stops.
I wanted to say I'm sorry for lying to you and for saying you were embarrassing.
And they both know the latter hurt the most. Elodie shrugs, trying to be nonchalant.
Friends grow apart. It's better we do it now than later.
But I don't want to grow apart. You're my best friend. And I miss you.
Elodie looks away, wiping at her face, still trying to appear cool.
Where's Olive?
She broke up with me. Said I took all the love that she had, but apparently Sarah Wessler helped her find it again.
Her voice breaks on that last sentence. Elodie caves.
I'm sorry I called you a bitch.
No, it's okay. I was being one.
Nah, you were being a teenage girl. And I'm sorry for how I've been. It's just, that book was for us. And if you could move on from that, then what was stopping you from moving on from me?
Oh, stop. You'll always be my best friend, okay? And you're not embarrassing. You're just you. And I love you.
I really missed you, Nadia.
And finally, giving in, she hugs her best friend. Back at home, Sebastian delivers an invite to the exhibit Elodie's parents had no clue about. Until now. Interior bedroom, Elodie's house, night. Elodie lies face down on her bed. There's a knock, and Ella walks in, sitting next to Elodie. After a moment.
Is that why he went to Comic-Con with you?
He needed a muse. Relax, Mom. Not like that. Something about beauty or whatever.
He was smart to pick you then. What? You are beautiful.
You're my mom. You have to say that. Doesn't mean other people think the same.
Other people like Sebastian. Do you know why we named you Elodie?
Ella plus Dean equals a name I'll never find on a key tag.
Elodie, Greek origin, means gift of the sun. Your dad and I know how we look, and that you'd come out the same, if not darker. But we thought, with this name, this is where you'll get your brightness. This is where you'll shine. That last time you stopped talking to Sebastian, you came home and asked your dad if he thought I was pretty. And when he said yes, you said, so, you're into that then? Dark skins? 2 weeks later, we brought you that book and you never brought up that comment again. But I never stopped thinking about it. I know how people treat us for looking like this and how easily we can get wrapped up into whether or not others are into this. But I think what's important is that we are into this, into ourselves.
Is it okay if I'm not sometimes?
Yes, honey, that's natural, especially at your age. It's something you can grow into, but you can't grow into other people's opinions of yourself. You shouldn't want to.
He apologized in front of the whole school.
Good.
He embarrassed himself in front of the whole school.
Good.
He said I was pretty in front of the whole school.
Ella looks over, watching her daughter grow up in front of her eyes.
Good.
Interior, Elodie's bedroom, Elodie's house, night. Later. Elodie lies awake in bed, mind still on the conversation from earlier. After a moment, she gets out of bed, turning on the light. Taking a deep breath, she steps in front of the mirror. It's like earlier, except without the vitriol. She stares, unflinching and unmoving, taking herself in for the first time in a long time. She breathes in once, twice, and smiles. It's a first meet, a reacquaintance, a reunion. Finally, the day of the exhibit has arrived, and it's a love letter. The walls are lined with photographs. Elodie laughing, Elodie posing, Elodie, Elodie, Elodie. And she looks beautiful. Except she isn't there. Sebastian's parents and classmates are there supporting him, but the one person he wants to see isn't there. He deflates.
Yeah, I'm fine. Have to do my speech, but I'll find you after.
He starts to walk off. William chases after him.
Hey, Sebastian.
Yeah?
They hesitantly stare at each other, but secretly wait for the other shoe to drop.
I just wanted to say I'm proud of you, son. I'll always be proud of you.
Sebastian stares into his dad's unwaveringly honest face, and then, reaching out, he pulls his dad in for a hug. Tensions slowly leave their bodies as they finally come to peace.
Thanks, Dad.
Pulling apart, Sebastian gives his dad one last nod before stepping up on the platform with a new confidence. Everyone goes quiet.
Thank you all for coming out. When I impulse invited the whole school the other day, I wasn't actually expecting you guys to show up.
Woo!
As many of you know, I hurt my wrist a few months ago. And as penance, I had to help Mrs. Simmons in her photography class. While there, I learned that photography wasn't made for us, like, actually.
A picture of a white woman bracketed by colored blocks appears on screen.
These are Shirley cards. They were used as reference cards to calibrate shadows, lights, and most importantly, skin tones. But what about those of us who don't fit into these colors? Well, with my exhibit, I want to challenge the myth that our skin is harder to photograph because it isn't. It just can't be photographed the way white people are. We're just different, and that's okay. So I'm going to play a short video, and after, you guys can walk around and look at the exhibit.
He scans the room looking for Elodie one last time. She's still not there. He tries to keep his spirits up.
Lastly, I want to say a special thank you to my esteemed muse for trusting me. I dressed up as 1,000 more pornographic fairies if it meant I could do this all over again with you.
A few laughs and murmurs here.
Thank you, and I hope you enjoy.
As he goes, a video starts up. Sebastian watches for a moment, a bittersweet smile on his face as he relives the memories. After a moment, he slinks outside. Exterior exhibit, day, continuous. Leaning against the building, he lets out a deep sigh.
How many times do I have to tell you it's not fairy porn?
Whirling around, Sebastian finds Elodie exiting the building.
It's high fantasy with sexual tension.
It's fairy porn.
It's fairy porn.
She moves to stand next to him.
You're here.
Didn't miss my model debut.
When did you? I didn't see you with your parents.
Well, I had this whole self-righteous social him moment, but I decided to give it up at the last second. Too bad I didn't give it up 2 minutes before, or else I could have gotten a free ride instead of an Uber.
Why'd you give up?
Huh?
Your self-righteous moment.
Wanted to see the finished project, and I wanted to see you.
We're neighbors. You can see me whenever.
I know.
Elodie, I'm really so sorry.
I know, Sebastian, really. No need to do another public declaration. You really love those, don't you? Wasn't all your fault anyways. I had some stuff of my own to sort through, but it's cool now.
That's good. I'm happy for you.
And this whole thing's been fun, even if you're shit at following rules.
You're the one who said the infamous "try not to fall in love with me" line.
What? No, I didn't.
You definitely did, but you didn't fall in love with me. So maybe your romance books are wrong.
Romance books are never wrong.
Slowly, Sebastian turns to her. She looks up at him. Their hearts are beating in tune.
Sebastian?
Hey, honeybee.
Try not to kiss me.
A grin spreads over his face as he leans down, finally capturing her lips with his. There's an applause inside, and there's a smile on Elodie's face. And everything is just great.